Welcome to twitch.tv/Flaktest for your feature match of the week. Thanks to AOC, you absolute beauties. It's so great to have you along to support the season. I'm Pete Frequency Corelli, joined in commentary for this Overwatch match today by Ben Styrell Brooks. Awesome to have you along.
Great to be here again.
Mate, we've got an amazing match coming up for you for a couple of reasons. We're going to be crossing to Queensland for St. Peter Claver. They're going to be a part of this match today, and it's our first international feature match of the week, featuring our first international tournament team.
Man.
They're from Indonesia. They're called SMA PSKD. Let's check them out.
Hello, my name is Juana Trinata. I am a student in SMA PSKD. I am the captain in Overwatch SMA PSKD, and my role is DPS and sometimes I play tank.
Hi, my name is Gary Rizal Sudiarto. I'm from SMA PSKD. I'm the main support from SMA PSKD Overwatch team.
Hi, my name is Kenziga. I'm from SMA PSKD. I'm the main tank for SMA PSKD Overwatch team.
Hi, my name is Tata Shalom. I'm from SMA PSKD. I'm main DPS in Overwatch team SMA PSKD.
Hi, my name is Timothy Adipati and I'm from SMA PSKD. I am the support for SMA PSKD Overwatch team.
Hi, my name is Ian Marle Sagala. I'm from SMA PSKD and I'm the main tank and DPS for Overwatch team in SMA PSKD.
This is very exciting. I'm pumped because, gaming and esports, as well, it's all about inclusivity.
Yeah, it's the beauty of it. It doesn't matter where you are around the world. We're all connected by the one thing. That is esports. And in this very specific case, that is Overwatch.
That's right. So we've got the game coming to you in just a moment. The teams are just about to wrap up their match vetoes. Two fairly evenly matched teams here today.
Yeah, so St. Peter Claver College is an average of around 1,900 SR, while SMA 1 PSKD is an average of 2,000. So they're fairly evenly matched.
So
hopefully very evenly matched, rather.
We're going to see a fairly evenly matched match today. It is a best of 3 series that you're going to see. If we get to it, I'm just checking out the vetoes as we speak. They've just been done. If we get to it, King's Row, which is a capture the point map, will be the last one. King's Row will be our second one. Lijiang Tower, which is a capture the point map, will be our last one. King's Row, the hybrid. And the first one we're kicking off with is another hybrid. It's my favorite as a Reinhardt tank main. My hometown, Eichenwald. The team in blue to the left of your screen will be SMA 1 PSKD. And the team to your right in red is going to be St. Peter Claver. Styrell, I'll hand it over to you to take us through these picks.
Yeah, so St. Peter Claver's College has actually changed their comp from last time, perhaps fearing
Stream sniping.
Potentially. Actually, both teams have changed their comp, so that's interesting. A little bit of mind games, perhaps. They could have picked the Farah to deal with the Bastion, potentially, so it could have been a stream snipe, but avoided.
They better pick quick. They've got...
PSKD.
Here we go. We're in. Preparing their defenses. They've got 1 minute. We are having Sins asking to stop the game. It appears that there might be a little bit of an issue here.
We fought a terrible battle here. Many crusaders lost their lives.
Perhaps Sins having a glitch with his game?
Quite possibly. You can't pick a hero and we need to do a restart. In the rules, we can do a restart up to 2 times if teams find themselves having issues. So we will go about our business doing that and sorting that out, because obviously we want a fair match between these 2 teams. Not just for the sake of these 2 teams being able to play, but also so we can have a pretty good game to watch as well.
Indeed.
Look, this gives us an opportunity just quickly to come back to that story about Defran. So you were saying things like Defran was going through some obvious issues in his life, right? These are things that he did seek support for, and he had a very good supportive network around him as well. But far out, he is impressive in terms of his followers alone. How many followers did you say on Twitch?
On Twitch, he has about 230,000-ish.
230,000 followers on Twitch. That in itself is a big deal for someone, that young, to have to deal with. That is a very interesting thing that you have to get your head around.
Yeah.
We're back into this game right now. Sins has picked Reinhardt. They're running a tank off tank Good DPS there. Finally seeing a Junkrat defense come into it, and the two supports.
Yeah,
and
so
then PSKD.
Yep, so it's a 2-2-2 for both teams here. St. Peter Clovis College will be running a Mercy and a Mora, which is a little unusual, as this means that they won't have a support, a defensive ult, as Mora's Coalescence and Mercy's Valkyrie are both fairly aggressive ultimate abilities, rather like a transcendence from a Zenyatta, which will assure your team's survival. So that means that if...
Well, that depends, because I've had a few Zenyatas with their Transcendence, and it has not assured my survival.
Yeah, well, luckily this isn't OCE matchmaking in ranks queue. And we hope to see more coordination with OCE.
So, having a look at the defense of PSKD, dive tank for the defense to get around the map. They've dropped the Bastion.
They have dropped
which
the Bastion.
they had on the first time around here.
This is true. It's interesting that they're running the Reinhardt Diva. Usually you would see a Zarya paired with the Reinhardt. But this does mean that potentially we could see some Graviton Surges from the Diva, and that would be absolutely massive.
Hey, at particular times that can be a real game saver.
It can. See the Baron now. Trying to flank around the right side. Poke onto the jump potentially. No, but coming out of the left side. Reinhardt getting a fat fire strike. Mora dropping low, but she manages to get out here. Farah on the flank. Can she get the big directs here? But Diva pressuring her out. But luckily the Mercy is giving the pocket heal, so he will be okay. But Diva dropping low. Farah really asserting the aerial superiority here as the team is pushing in. Red side. One player's dropped. That is the Mercy down. Defense is just absolutely crumbling here. Diva, last man standing by the looks of things, but she's going to get D-Meg swung out by the Reinhardt. Might even have to kill herself off the map, but going to be taken down before then. That was a swift attack.
Very swift attack. I've got to admit, I wasn't all that impressed by where they were playing their defense, SMA1 PSKD. They were very far away from the choke point.
Yep.
Usually you see defensive teams on this map sit nice and close to the choke point, up shields, DPS, all that sort of stuff, but obviously not working in their favour.
Almost got the pick onto the soldier there. That would have been massive. They have the Widowmaker should be able to take out their Farah if she gets some good sidelines. An excellent pick against Farah, as always. Only one shot required to take down that pesky wasp that is Farah. Farah trying to press her out the Widow. You wouldn't usually see this duel going on, but a beautiful direct will take down the Widowmaker. So now Farah is going to have relatively free reign here. Zenyatta trying to poke her out, but that's not going to be enough, as she does have a pocket with the Mercy. Tracer on the flank. Reinhardt just trying to push forward to give that part space to push in. Diva going in. The pin almost connects with the Diva. That Diva will be okay. Zarya building up that energy, defending the cart as Tracer has to back off. And the payload will keep moving forward, but almost a big pin coming out from the opposing Reinhardt here. And he just has to back off. He doesn't have the support with him, just has a Mercy beam.
SMA1 PSKD obviously acknowledging they had to do something a little bit different there and going with the Tracer.
Reinhardt unfortunately misses his shadow right there and gets counterpinned to follow up with that. And the respawns just seem to be staggered here for the defensive side of PSKD.
A little bit unfortunate for SMA1 PSKD at this point in time. It doesn't feel like there's a bit of communication going on between this team. You would have liked to have seen them take the Reinhardt shield down first and then drop ult.
I'm not sure if you saw that just then, but Lucio getting a huge frag onto the Reinhardt did boop him off the map. Reinhardt charging in, but the Coalescence is there to burst him down. Diva trying to dive into the backline to take out that Junkrat, but the Mora ult still going strong. Reinhardt pushed forward. Looks like the side of St. Peter Claver College is going to have to back up and reset. That boop coming out from the Lucio was absolutely massive. It was basically a one man stops an entire push by taking out the Reinhardt.
Game changer.
It truly.
Obviously was the opportunity then for there to push this St. Peter Claver team back, and this is the first time that we've actually seen a little bit of positive play come out of the SMA1 PSKD team.
They're coming out from PSKD. They have the Transcendence, the Pulse Bomb, and the Diva Bomb. Potentially going to be looking for a Pulse Bomb opener, but McCree does get taken down on the defensive side here. Going to have to wait for that respawn. There's no res is available to come through. Oh, but the Reinhardt coming down from St. Peter Claver College. That's going to be a key factor in them being able to hold this defense. But a huge grab with the combo from the Pharah. I don't think it picks anyone up as a well-timed Transcendence will save the team.
It did not. That was a look perfectly timed, but no, it was nothing. It was negated so well.
D.Va trying to contest the payload here, but you don't want to be feeding Azaria a Graviton Surge, but she does have the team. The beat coming out from the Lucio, going to be massive. Allows the defensive side to push forward, stabilize the fight, and continue their hold. Only 2 minutes left for the side of St. Peter Claver College.
Still 114 meters to push this payload for this St. Peter Claver College team, and St. Peter may have to look to change up a few things here to try and get into this back line for the defense, because they're just getting stopped consistently at this point.
Yeah, they are. It would appear that the McCree must be doing something, because the Pharah isn't having as high an impact as she was previously. McCree on the flank does get the pick on the Junkrat. Zarya establishing dominance on this payload, has incredibly high energy, working her way up to that next Graviton Surge, looking to pick up the D.Va on the left side, potentially the Zenyatta as well. He will fall. The Pharah getting free shots from the backline right now as Ryan taking a lot of pressure, comes forward, swings a little bit, but doesn't get anything. Zarya gets booped off the map. This Lucio is insane. Keeps getting the environmental kills, making sure that payload isn't moving anywhere. The defense is holding strong here. Can he get another boop? No. Reinhardt going to be pinning the D.Va. D.Va does get the kill, however, has the pocket heals from the Mercy. A barrage coming out from the Pharah here, but it's not going to pick up any players as the Transcendence is there yet again. The Transcendences have been on point for the defensive side here, and the defense is holding strong. Unfortunately, a wasted tire as that push was well and truly over.
Must agree, the Transcendence has been the difference between this SMA1 PSKD team negating the Pharah and not negating the Pharah. Both times it's been there ready to go.
Well, this will be the last push for St. Peter Claver College. They do have a Graviton Surge and the Pharah gets picked off. They're going to have to wait for that respawn or potentially res it, depending on where she died. Can't quite see. So the res could be too risky to go for. But the attacking side gets a huge Graviton Surge, picks up 2. Will they be able to secure the kills? D.Va still in mech somehow. Reinhardt swinging away on the defensive side. Zarya dropping low, has the Discord orb on her, does fall. The Moira is pressured out as well. She's on 1 bar of HP on the cart alone. Will she be able to sustain? No, the Reinhardt big swings coming out from him.
They do get overtime.
To be a nice, successful hold from PSKD. An unsuccessful start on first point, but they truly brought it back through the streets phase. That is very convincing.
That is the nature of this game of Overwatch. It's about the ebb and flow and being able to adapt to the situations, and a great play there from SMA1 PSKD to be able to adapt and change their team.
Indeed.
To get that hold.
Yep.
Because I was worried there, because they did seem like they were a little bit disorganized, in a little bit of disarray.
Yeah.
Not much communication going on by the looks of things, particularly at the beginning here. But now here they are with a great stop there before the second point. And obviously on attack now having the opportunity. Let's have a look at these two teams as they get their picks going.
St. Peter Claver College is looking to run a Reaper on the offense, but they do have the old Wombo combo with the Hanzo and the Zarya. That's very common in the current meta, and they have the Brig to follow up. They're not running it with triple support. You'd potentially see the Reaper being swapped out for another support here, but it can work, as Mercy has a very strong heals, that is for sure, and if PSKD aren't dealing enough damage, then this should be okay to run.
What do you think about the Brigitte, considering that we have the opportunity here to see what both teams are running?
Yep.
I don't know, the combination from SMA1 PSKD, I would consider that St. Peter Claver might switch off the Brigitte and change to a different support maybe in the first couple of minutes.
I'd like to see them swap off the Junkrat and pick up a Lucio, and if they were to do that, I think they would be having a fairly good time against this defensive lineup. Their tank composition is very strange. They're running Winston D.Va Dive, but they have a Zarya to support it. I guess they really love the Graviton Surge and Barrage combination. But we'll have to see how they play it out with the Zarya.
Or maybe it's as simple as a conversation as, hey, let's triple tank.
Let's get it done. It looks like they're going to be speeding around the right side. All tanks clumped up together. Moving forward as a unit. This is good cohesion here. Zarya going to be picking up some nice high energy as is playing against the Junkrat. Winston jumps in, gets the bubble. D.Va to follow. Reinhardt has to charge out here. Winston full HP, dealing a lot of damage onto the backline there. Mercy has fallen on the offensive side, so defense should be able to win this quite handily.
What a wipe!
Everyone on the offensive side is dropping down. At this point, it's just staggering.
That was one of the most incredible and quick takes of a point on Iconwall that I've ever seen. This strategy by SMA1 PSKD is working beautifully, and you can tell that they are starting to come together and work really cohesively as a unit. That 4-dive team peeling off to the right while the other two came through underneath the bridge, and they dived them, surprised them, got in there. It was beautifully done.
Yeah, I was incredibly confused there because I thought blue team was on defense. That was my bad. I was very lost there, apparently. Sorry, just building up that old charge, but does drop to critical and doesn't have the Mercy with him. Farah might be able to get the pick onto this Brigitte to stabilize and get the counter pick. Lucio dropping low, Winston chasing forward, but does have the pocket heals from the Mercy. But Mercy now being chased down by the Winston. Looks like D.Va's going to be dropping critical as well. Mercy still dashing around, still alive. Unfortunately, the mech does drop, so that's less peeling for the Mercy. And the defensive side look to be holding here, but Farah is getting a lot of free damage on the backline right now. Doesn't matter that he doesn't have the Mercy, as if no one turns around to deal with it.
We've got a bit of a change here. Sins has gone off Reinhardt. He's now on the dive tank. Ruthless picking up the D.Va as well.
A huge Primal Rage to push back the enemy team. Looks to be stabilizing dominance on point. Right, a D.Va bomb coming in. Will he be able to pick up a few? No, the beautifully executed Winston bubble. A Blade comes through. Will he be able to pick up one? Potentially, no, I don't think so. A barrage comes in, picks up the Winston. And looks like the offensive side is still going to be pulling through here.
It's very,
after that barrage.
Very evenly balanced between these two teams right now in this particular point. 2 versus 3 on the down, and the Reaper finally getting an opportunity to get into this game.
But unfortunately, he goes in by himself, so that's just a stagger.
I'd like to see them change off the Reaper. I don't think it's working for them. I don't think they're getting close enough into the back line to be able to take out what they need to with the Reaper. And also, at 94%, this is the first time we're actually going to see Reaper get his ult for the match.
Yeah, Luxuria on that Zarya does have the Graviton Surge, so this could potentially be the last fight if the grab is massive. Sins on that Winston, pops the Primal Rage, going to be smacking around the opposition. D.Va chunking him down though. Sins is surely going to have to get out here. The Graviton Surge comes through, gets to the D.Va bomb to follow up. And it looks like that is a very well done, convincing fight to the side of PSKD. I do hear a Reaper on the cart though. Doesn't pick anyone up as a perfectly executed defense matrix will counter that down. That is a team kill, and the cart will be pushed to a quite simple victory.
They've only got seconds there. We saw one come through the door.
The Winston pops the bubble on the cart, does manage to make it through. The D.Va will be blowing him up pretty soon though, as Lucio falls off the map. No booms for him. The barrage comes through, picks up 3. The Genji Blade coming through. Could it be a hero blade? Winston drops down. He gets one. Can he get more? Mercy getting the res on the Zarya. No, he drops down. This could be a defense coming out from the defensive side. Genji doing absolute work right now. Winston could primal from Storm to try and get there, but I think that will be an incredible defense coming out. But it's still going on.
It's still going.
Still going. Zarya trying to get out with that energy. Will not be allowed.
They're getting the picks, and at this point in time, they're also going to have ult advantage on this defensive point as well.
Yep, a D.Va bomb coming through, perhaps not needed, but as Lucio does get taken down by Sins. Winston jumping in for some reason. He does have the Primal Rage. That might have been it. Potentially being able to boot the D.Va mech off. No, she does have her shift. She does have her movement available. Winston just causing an absolute ruckus in the backline right now, but a Transcendence to make sure that monkey doesn't get anything done. D.Va with a self-destruct. Will he be able to get anything? No, another well-placed Winston bubble will make sure that it gets nothing. The Valkyrie being popped. Another Primal Rage from this Winston.
Are you following this?
I'm trying my hardest.
Because it all started with the Genji ult. That was a life-saving Genji ult for this defensive team for St. Peter Claver. But right now they're getting wiped off the map, and this could be the opportunity here now.
Unless Genji gets another Hero Blade, but he will not. A very nice direct from the Farah.
Wow.
Well,
that was incredible. Everybody in this room right now are looking at each other going, what did we just witness? That was one of the most incredible ends to a match that we have seen. This has got to be the defensive play of the game.
Where's the blade? Here it is. The hero blade to stop the offense. Hold that point. He picks up 2, picks up the monkey to follow. Can he get a 3rd? He gets the Mercy Res as well with the help of his team.
Let's have a look at the cards.
That 11,202 healing from a Zenyatta is very impressive. And of course, Sonda on that Pharah did do absolute work.
Great acknowledgement of the Sonda play there. Well done. Next match coming to you in 10 seconds right here on the weekly patch on Flaktest, twitch.tv/Flaktest. Our next map will be King's Row, another hybrid, and if that was anything to go by, we're in for another ripper. So let's just dissect that match a little bit. Initially, I thought to myself, okay, SMA 1 PSKD looking a little bit shaky to start off with, and then all of a sudden they regrouped, they started to communicate well, they started to organise themselves quite well, they adapted to the situation too, and they had an opportunity to hold that point before the hybrid, the cart, got to the second checkpoint, and then flipping the map around and they're on attack. Again, with that incredibly organised play and that strategy, it looks like they've been practicing those sorts of maneuvers and all that sort of stuff, managed to completely clear the point. But I tell you what, for me, that was the play of the game that we had to see from that Genji, because that was a game saver blade.
I thought that fight was lost, and then he gets a 3K with a blade, and it's over. Though, to be fair, they did just come back next fight. They're like, well, you guys just blew all your odds to defend this, so we're just going to take it from you with our grab.
We are going to go to our next match now between these two teams. SMA 1 PSKD from Indonesia taking on St. Peter Claver in Queensland. As I mentioned, the next one will take place on the hybrid map, another hybrid of King's Row, one of your absolute favourites. And I've got to admit, this was the first map that I ever played this game on.
Yeah, this is an absolute classic map rather. Was here from the beginning of Overwatch in the beta, and it's still here today.
We'll turn this camera around and just go back to the original point just to take you through exactly what these two teams need to do. So in the top left, in blue, you're seeing SMA 1 PSKD go through their picks. And in the top right, in the red, is St. Peter Claver College of Queensland going through their picks also. The camera is sitting right now on the point that the attacking team has to capture to bring out the cart to turn this into the hybrid map. Take us through the picks that you're seeing, Starrell.
Well, St. Peter Claver College are certainly running an interesting comp, to say the least. They're running a solo tank Zarya. I'm hoping that they're going to get a main tank here, but if they don't, potentially could work out. Ah, no, there we go. There's the swap onto the Reinhardt coming out from Sonda.
It looks like they've learnt their lesson with the dive tanks that they were trying to use that were just getting destroyed and wiped off in that first map. So we've gone and seen the Shield and Zarya combo, which is a good combo. And obviously that Pharah coming back into the game is going to be pocketed a fair bit with the Mercy. We've got a change here. Okay, so Zarya disappears, and up comes the Widowmaker and the Hanzo. Plus, they've got a Mei. So, 3 times the defense on it. Okay, and they're changing again.
It up again. They're just messing with your heads.
When you're ready, guys, it's fine.
Yeah. I was going to say, that was very strange to not be running a Zarya if you're going to run a Hanzo. They're just messing with us.
PSKD, the Widowmaker on defense. I like that. Has an opportunity to get around the map here.
I do too. There's a cheeky trap outside the front. McCree says, no thank you. Get out of here, you silly rat. Oh, the Reaper gets chunked down immediately on the front line. So 1 down, defensive side, and they are surely going to have to reset. Unless they get the res. What? They do not, so Reaper's going to be coming back from spawn. Fairly stock standard positioning here, holding on the point, can back up to the corner if they take too much spam. They have the D.Va, so they will be able to minimize the oncoming shield damage.
Interesting to see SMA 1 PSKD playing this quite far back from the choke. I don't usually see that with teams.
Yeah, I personally think it's better to be holding that far away from the choke, because if they push into you, you have the option to just go around the corner, you know, block LOS. The Zarya on offense should be having an absolute field there right now, as they are playing against the Junkrat, but the Reinhardt going to be charging in. Unfortunately, misses the pin onto the opposing Reinhardt. It's going to be both Reinhardts missing their charges right now. Mercer getting pressured out by the D.Va, but Reinhardt says, get off my healer, this is mine. Right, Unfortunately, the Zarya on the offensive side is going to be taken down, so that is another reset. That is 2 easy fights coming out from the defensive side of PSKD.
Defensive Reinhardt here picking up his ult, plus he's got the Mercy and the Junkrat not far off as well, and ult charge on the attacking team, St. Peter Claver, still a fair way off. The only one picking up hers is Mercy at this point in time.
Yeah, PSKD could be looking to use that tire early, just get another pick and then take the fight from there, as that's what they've done to secure every other fight. They've gotten a single pick and then the fight just crumbles. They either walk in and die and stagger, or they have to back off. There's really no alternative unless they manage to get a Mercy res. But the D.Va has been controlling the Mercy quite well so far. D.Va, I mean, Widow has the sidelines, looking to be flanking around the left, is hitting the shots right now. No heads have been clicked, but a huge Earth Shatter coming out from the Reinhardt, picks up 5. Mercy manages to get a Valk off in time, trying to heal up her team. A beat coming out from Lucio as well, so that is both support ults used. Opposing trans is also used, but the tire does pick up a kill. Can't transcend on tire. D.Va going to be remaking on the point. Looks like the defense is stabilizing as Junkrat about to fall down too. But they did have to use both their support ults in that fight, along with the tire, so...
Incredible. As you can see, Ruthless and Wargod on St. Peter Claver, both on fire, and even though the Reinhardt managed to pick up that incredible ult, they just weren't able to make it work for him.
Yeah, I think the Reinhardt's team wasn't ready for the ultimate, perhaps a lack of communication when he was going for that, but it was a beautiful Earthshatter nonetheless, and it did force out both support ults for PSKD, and they have... the attacking side, St. Peter Claver College, does have their Valkyrie of their own, but Reinhardt gets pinned on the front line. Going to get taken down here. A beautiful charge coming out from Ryan. D.Va pressuring off the high ground. But a Visor on the flank. Mercy going to be taken down. He drops down to the point, does have the bubble to support him. Lucio dropping low too, so there's both supports taken down for the defensive side. Reinhardt going to have to stay on this point here, but Soldier has the pocket heals. A huge D.Va bomb potentially coming onto the point here. Just forces St. Peter Claver College back, but they still have the Valkyrie going. Reinhardt pushing back onto the point here. D.Va dropping low, doesn't have her healer with her yet. Almost dropping out of the matrix of the D.Va mech, but does have the Ryan just behind her, but gets rezzed up. Falls out of the D.Va mech. Unfortunately, the Reinhardt Shatter does miss. And looks like the defense still going strong here, as they do have the respawns with them. Reinhardt missing another charge here. Can't be missing charges like that in the fight. This is close to this, but he makes up for it with a massive shatter. This man has hit 2 massive shatters this game, but unfortunately does get taken out. Doesn't have the heals, doesn't have the support. It looks like just the supports of the defensive side taking onto the point right now, but they're just not dealing enough damage to take care of the support lineup. It's just the Zarya on point, but the Widow is free firing. Beats is dropped on the point with the Mercy in the sky. Can't do much there. Attire just for good measure, waiting. Going to be picking up the Ryan on the back line. No, doesn't quite pick him up. But a huge pin coming out for the Ryan. Takes down the Lucio. This fight is absolutely prolonged right now. Soldier going to have to touch, but gets taken down by the D.Va. Just going to be Amora on the point right now. Doesn't have enough self-sustain to defeat 4 heroes by herself.
Incredible. Wow. How many times, and how many times do you see on this map time just about to disappear and the attacking team managed to pick up the map? This time it obviously not happening, but far out, that was one of the most insane defensive plays I have seen in this regional league so far.
They were doing a great job of just sustaining the members that were on point perfectly. You know, they weren't pocketing all their heals into one basket, like putting all their eggs into one basket. They were spreading it out just enough so that everyone would justify. I saw the D.Va mech, it would drop down to 100, it would almost get demeched, then he would get brought up, then the Ryan would go in, get brought up a little bit, D.Va would pull back, D.Va go forward, health drops, health rises, just alternating which players were on point. They had 2 supports on point, and they couldn't get taken down because they were just pocket healing each other, and the focus fire wasn't there. So
to the point where, and you know what, you saw that in particular because we watched the Soldier from St. Peter Claver come around, okay, and get behind them and pop ult. You heard it go off. He still wasn't able to capitalize on getting him behind him. And then, as you mentioned, that moment where the Lucio and the Mercy from SMA1 PSKD were pocketing each other, gave the Lucio just enough time to get his ult, drop it, and they were able to get the rest of the team back. And you know as well as I do, it is a long way back from defensive spawn on this map.
I was very surprised. The Reinhardt from St. Peter Claver College did a great job. He was hitting massive Earth Shatters, but there was just not enough follow-up, so he ended up dying by himself every time.
I got to admit, I haven't been all too impressed by the attacking side of this St. Peter Claver College. I don't know what they have to do. Maybe they have to go away from the Reaper. This may very well work. Reaper works very well on defense here. I find on offense, Reaper, it's a little bit too hard to get in too close to them unless you're really sneaking around. Yeah. May work on offense here, on defense here, sorry, we will see.
They're running it with Orisa Hog, so they will potentially be able to get some huge hold hook combos. But it's going to be dive for the side of PSKD here. As Farah in the sky is going to have an absolute field day on King's Row, as they do have an Orisa and a Junkrat. Do they even have any hit scan to speak of? No, so playing against an Orisa Junkrat, this is perfect. Gets a nice direct onto the enemy Junkrat, so Farah's going to pick up one. Is going absolutely ham on the backline right now with the damage boost from the Mercy. Winston pushing up, Reaper forced to use his shift. As Mercy trying to sustain the heroes on the point, but it's not going to be enough, as this looks to be a nice clean take as Farah picks up 3. Like I said, no hit scan, no problem is what I'd like to say for the defensive side, but Farah is absolutely going to town. Picks up 5 in that fight. 5! 5!
Did you say 5?
5.
I feel like you said 5.
I think I said 5. I'm not too sure. It has the barrage.
GG.
One push makes the barrage.
Best of 3, SMA 1 PSKD takes out this match. Let's have a look at Dira's play of the game.
Just laying down the damage. Hold down M1. You know, some people might say Winston main, no brain, no aim. But PSK Dira truly showing that isn't the case.
That's really offensive to a Winston main, if I may say. Oh, gee whiz. That was an incredible match to watch. It really was. We had some amazing defensive attacking plays between these two teams. Some really hard-fought battles in there, but obviously SMA 1 PSKD just clearing point. They've been so good throughout the entire match at that push. Once they really get themselves organised, it was just a matter of diving in. I've got to say, one thing that I think really hurt St. Peter Claver College in that moment when they were on defense was the Junkrat pick, right? Not so much the fact that they picked the Junkrat, but where the Junkrat was aiming. The Junkrat was going after the Farah. It was going after everything airborne, where the Junkrat should have been getting in with the shields and just going straight down the middle of that opening that SMA 1 PSKD were coming through, just to try and put in some splash damage.
Yeah, if you know you have no hit scan and see the Farah, you know that you have to win the frontline game. You can't go after the Farah as a Junkrat, like you said. It's just not a viable play. So they had to all in on the frontline, but didn't do it. Junkrat gets picked by a beautiful direct from the Farah. I had to say, that man on the Farah, he pulled it out on Eichenwald. Yeah, he pulled it out on Kings Row. He just went to town.
Yeah.
Both times.
Yeah.
Pulled out the barrages, built them quickly, and he picked up... Did I say he picked up 5
Yeah, you
kills?
said he picked up 5 kills.
Okay, just making sure. 5 kills.
We'll check the tape, but I'm pretty sure you said 5. Guys, that'll do it for today's match. And congratulations, SMA 1 PSKD. We also say congratulations, St. Peter Claver. They've been having a great season so far and a very well-fought match as well. That's what we love to see in the Flaktest 2018 Regional League. Really great battles fought. Hey, we're going to come back to you next weekend right here on twitch.tv/Flaktest with a brand new game to be cast as well. A new couch of casters. It's going to be fantastic. Styrell, as always, it's been a pleasure, good sir.
Been a pleasure to be here.
Just a couple of announcements before we go. Make sure you're checking out Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube for Flaktest Gaming. Follow us, get on board. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. Australian Western Standard Time, we will bring you our next episode of the Flaktest Weekly Patch from PLE Computers, who are one of our great sponsors for this company. It is so great to have them aboard. We go and tour the facilities, all that sort of stuff. They really are great. ple.com.au if you want to check them out. And also, this is very important. If you are a Flaktest registered esports high school club right across the country, or as we've seen today, internationally as well, you can get in on our Hearthstone 1v1 free-to-play community tournament. Registrations are open right now at flaktest.com, so go there, check it out, and we've got a $50 Battle.net card up for grabs for the champion, and a $20 Battle.net .net card up for grabs for our second placer as well. So, guys, get along there, get amongst it. It's going to be really exciting. That kicks off in a couple of weeks, so make sure you're registered as ready. It's been great to have you along. Have a fantastic weekend. Don't forget, the other thing that is launching this weekend is Gfinity Elite Series. Get along, see some quality Australian esports happening right here in our very own backyard, and we will catch you very soon on twitch.tv/Flaktest.